I've worked with countless amounts of brand owners, generating multiple six figures overall through all the brands I've worked with, and the biggest bottleneck that I see with brands is they do not know how to scale past that 10K a month mark. So basically throughout this video, I'm going to show you how we take e-commerce brands from being stuck at 10K a month to basically breaking past that in just 90 days. Now, this video is not a sales pitch at all. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys the exact strategy, framework, and guideline in order to scale your business past 10K a month. Here's proof that it works. We have Amari right here, who was one of our clients. From January 1st to August 31st, this is before he was actually working with us, he only generated $732 in total sales. Conversion rate was below a 1%, which is obviously not the best. Then let's fast forward to November 15th to December 10th. This is the second drop that we actually had with him. He generated a total of $70,000 in total sales. AOV is $90 and the conversion rate is sitting at a 2%. The first drop that we actually had with him, we generated 6.7K in total sales and he had his first 1K day. And this resulted in him actually selling out and having to close the site in just a week of running ads. And obviously these results speak for themselves. As you can see right here, he said on Friday, October 3rd at 1:34 p.m., 30 minutes in, and this is the best drop I've had yet. And then basically he was thanking me and appreciating me for everything that I've done for him. Fast forward a few days later, Wednesday, October 8th at 7:26 p.m. I'm down for whatever. You're the pro. You obviously know what you're doing. Those two screenshots right there from the first drop that we were actually working with them. Fast forward to the second drop when we were working with them. Saturday, November 15th. I said, it's been 8 minutes. We've already passed what we did on your last drop day. Definitely going to be a good drop. He said, this is wild. 10K in 1 hour is absolutely crazy. Fast forward a couple hours later. It's crazy. This is only 2 hours into day one. Now we have Everett. For him, his conversion rate was very low, so we needed to redo the entire site for him. For this, he said, that website is crazy. Thank you so much. It looks great. Please feel free to publish. It's 10 times better. Then over here, we have some more recent wins from different clients. November 27th to November 30th. We generated 7.9K in total sales with a 36x return on ad spend and a $2 cost per purchase. The screenshot right under that is just showcasing the AOV of $167, which is absolutely insane. He was profiting so much just because the AOV was so high. And then on November 17th for another client, we generated 2.1K in total sales. Conversion rate is sitting at a 1.69%. So before we actually get into the framework and the step-by-step strategy and just the overall timeline of what it takes for you to scale past that 10K a month mark, we're going to go over why brands actually get stuck at 10K a month. And there is 3 reasons why brands actually get stuck. First reason is going to be weak offer positioning. So they have no clear offer testing, they have no urgency or reason to actually buy now, they have no clear messaging, and they have no real differentiation from their competitors. And when people think of offers, they're like, oh, 10% off, 15% off, 20% off. No, I'm talking about real offers that are based around your actual profit margins that we actually do for you. What I mean by this is bundle offers. So let's say, for example, buy 2 hoodies, get a chain for 70% off, or get a chain for free even if your profit margins allow you to do so. Having an irresistible offer is not only going to raise your AOV, but also it's going to raise your sales, it's going to raise your conversion rate, and overall it's also going to raise your retention rate as well. Second is going to be ads without a creative strategy. Now, this is one of the biggest reasons why brands cannot scale past that 10K a month is because they do not have a content system set into place. They have no testing framework, they have no creative pipeline, and they have no clear strategy. That is something that we actually implement with all of the clients that we work with, is going to be a clear content strategy and a clear creative pipeline. So that way we can continue to test, see what works, see what doesn't. Now, third is going to be a lot of brands have a broken conversion infrastructure. So they have weak landing pages, poor product messaging, no social proof, and this is going to be the biggest one right here. No apps, widgets, etc. to basically boost the conversion rate. This right here is the biggest one that is slept on, because even apps and widgets can boost your conversion rate so much, and a lot of people don't know that. So now that you understand why brands actually get stuck at 10K a month, we're going to go over the 90-day framework and what it could look like for your brand. So this 90-day framework is actually quite simple. There's going to be 3 phases for this 90-day framework. Phase 1 is going to be the foundation phase. So for this, the goal is to build the infrastructure that is required to actually scale. So here's what it could look like for your brand specifically. Fixing the positioning and the messaging of your overall brand. So this can be inside of the actual ads that you are running. fixing the messaging so that way it actually aligns with your brand identity, and also just positioning you in a specific way inside of the market that you are in. Creating the ad creative strategy. Like I said, we do this for all of our clients. We create the ad creative strategy. From there, we also do revisions every 2 to 4 months, depending on how often you actually need it. We build out the meta ad strategy. We improve the website and the product page messaging. This is so your conversion rate can actually be solid when we do throw paid traffic behind it. Because if your website is not the best and you're throwing paid traffic behind it, your conversion rate is not going to match that. You're literally just wasting money at that point. So this is very crucial in order to actually scale and grow the business, so that way the conversion rate can be higher than what it is currently at. Next is going to be installing conversion apps and social proof. This is so people can actually trust you when they go inside of the site. So things like this can include reviews, testimonials if you have them, case studies if you have them, people just wearing the products if you have them as well. Next is going to be setting up back-end systems, so email and SMS marketing, tracking systems. That way you can make money on autopilot 24/7. Next is going to be creating a personal profit tracker spreadsheet to monitor income and profit. So a lot of marketers tend to scale based off of the ROAS. That is not the metrics that our agency actually look at. We take into account your personal traffic. We make database driven decisions based on that, and we eventually scale from there. Next is going to be launching the actual ad campaign. So all of this gets built out in the first 30 days. Now imagine how differently your business could look like if all 9 of these steps were created first and they were perfected to a T. Now we're going to go into phase 2, which is going to be the optimization phase. This is going to be day 30 to 60. The goal of this is to find the creatives and angles that actually convert and kill off what is not working. So this phase is going to require a lot of heavy creative testing. Basically testing multiple angles and hooks, analyzing the performance metrics, optimizing the back-end system so that way, like I said, you can make money on autopilot 24/7, and then improving conversion rates based on real data. Phase 3, so this is going to be day 60 to 90, is going to be turning winning campaigns into revenue growth, so essentially the scaling phase. We would scale the winning creatives, increase spend strategically based off your profit margins, like I said before. We would expand the audiences and double down on high-performing campaigns. And this timeline is really that simple. Any brand can follow it. This is the exact strategy and timeline and just overall guideline that we use for a lot of our clients. Obviously, it's different if you're in a different niche, depending on your brand. Certain things are going to be tweaked and changed as well. So now we're going to get into a case study, basically how I took a brand from doing 732 in sales to 70K in total revenue. So let's get into before working together. So the time frame from this is going to be January 1st to August 31st. Like I said, this is the screenshot from earlier, but he only generated $732 in sales, and the conversion rate was honestly not the best at all. Like I said, total revenue 732. He had no structured ad strategy. He had no clear launch strategy. He had a limited customer acquisition, and also the brand just struggled to generate consistent sales. And this is a big problem. A lot of brands actually have this, and this is why they cannot scale past that 10K a month. Now let's get into the strategy and what we actually implemented for him. The time frame for this is going to be October 3rd to October 12th. So for this drop, we generated 6.7K in total sales for him. The conversion rate obviously went up to 2.28%, which is a massive increase and a massive difference. 6.7K right here compared to 732. Conversion rate below 1%, and then conversion rate for this one is above 2%. So he is taking more money home after we implemented the strategies, the systems, everything that goes into actually having a good business and a good brand. So what we exactly did for him is structured a product launch strategy. I presented this to him on a call, and then we also developed a creative testing plan, so that way we can test different concepts of creatives, we can test different hooks, angles, formats, you get the gist. We also built a meta ad scaling strategy, which we then implemented into the second drop that we had with him. We improved the product messaging and position, so that way he was perceived as a more high value premium brand. And we also focused on high converting ad creatives. So now we're going to get into the scaling results. So scaling after the first initial drop. The time frame is going to be the following month. For this, like I said, $70,000 in total sales in just 25 days. AOV is sitting at $90 and the conversion rate is sitting at 2%. For this, winning creatives were identified. We ended up scaling the ad spend and we increased demand for the actual product. And as you can see right here, we started working together in September. So this is a 90-day time frame of us working together. Like I said, before working together, he literally had nothing structured properly, no back-end system set into place. He was getting in no revenue. He did not have a creative testing strategy, no creative pipeline implemented whatsoever. After we implemented that into the very first drop, which is going to be the next month after, he generated 6.7K in total sales. And then the following month after that, when we actually scaled, he generated $70,000 in total sales. So if you're running an e-commerce based brand and you're stuck around that 5K to 10K a month mark, there's usually a few things in your acquisition system that is honestly holding you back that you probably don't even realize. So if you want us to take a look at your brand, what you can do is actually book a free consultation call with our team in the description, and we will break everything down for you on what is holding your brand back. This is completely 100% free. You don't have to pay for anything. It's not a sales call. It's not a sales pitch. We're not going to pitch you on anything. We are simply just going to tell you what is holding your brand back.